It's so great to see you.
Thank you, Mark. It's great to see you.
This is wonderful. I have never had 3 SE conversations, so you win the prize. You're the first person to do 3 SE conversations, and you just happen to walk by, and you'll get your next puzzle piece.
Yay!
So I think you'll get your 3rd puzzle piece, right?
3rd, yes,
right.
the 3rd.
I don't think I've given out 3.
I'm going to post it on Facebook.
That's awesome. Great. A lot of wonderful things have happened in your life. You're engaged now.
I am engaged.
And
to
that's
this
wonderful.
wonderful woman over here.
And that's awesome. And you've done the Monty twice.
Yes.
Which, if you don't live in North Carolina, you might not know the Monty is like the moth.
Yes.
And you've had 2 great stories. I've heard one story that was awesome, but you said you've done 2.
I did 2. I did one that was an actual competition. The first one I did was a curated speech. The second one I did was where you just stand up. They give you a topic in advance, and you just stand up and talk about it. And this topic was luck. What's about luck?
Wow, okay. That's wonderful.
Yes.
A shout out to the Monty. I've been on the Monty. It's like a good storytelling group.
Yes.
And it's just a real neat thing. And Jeff, who leads it, he's a good guy, and I was on his RA in college.
Yes.
And I sent him to anger management class. So.
And he loves to tell that story.
It's a good story. Yeah, it's because I was RA, and I think he woke me up in the middle of the night, and he was throwing brownies against another person's door.
That's exactly what he said. So he was telling the truth.
Yeah, no, that was true. But we've made up since then.
Yes.
We're all good. Do you happen to have a belief you wish to discuss?
I do. I wish to discuss the belief that there is no one person who has a grasp. Let me back up and rephrase that to how I was phrasing it before. There's no one true religion that contains all absolute truths.
Do religions have truths?
I do believe that religions have truth, but more than one religion has truth. I do not believe that people can say, my religion is the absolute truth, and you must adhere to every aspect of it.
So on a scale from 1 to 7, how confident are you that this belief is true?
I would say that I'm a 6.
And on a scale from 1 to 7, how important is it for you to believe in true things?
7.
How do you know your belief is true?
I know my belief is true because it allows for many different religions to have many different truths according to the people that exist in those. I know that there are truths out there that we don't even know about yet. I know that we haven't discovered everything. Truths are constantly evolving over time. So for any one religion to say they have the absolute truth is incorrect, because what may have been true 2,000 years ago is not true today. So the truth that I believe in, and I know that it's true, is because this is a truth that can be ever expanding.
Are we saying that religions equally don't have handles on the truth?
Yes.
Or are we saying that certain religions have more handle on, or more aligned with what is objectively true than other religions?
Well, if you're discussing religions that intend harm to other people, because religion is such a wide open term, it has such latitude to it. So if you're including people whose only belief is to be at war with someone else, I'm not sure a truth exists in that religion. I'm not sure that all religions have elements of truth. I do believe some of them do, because what you feel about religions can become your truth and how you want to live. So it's that truth for that person. I have come a lot to this belief because of some of the people you've had on your show that I listen to, who come on claiming to have an absolute truth. And I watch how you can trip them up so easily.
I'm not trying to trip them up.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. I apologize. I do not mean trip them up. I mean make them expand on their beliefs, and they usually try to carry that out to, no, my religion is the truth. Somebody else can just believe what they want to believe, but I know this to be true. I do not think we can sit here and say we know that one religion contains all the truths.
When we're saying not one religion has the objective truth,
Right.
are we saying the same thing as when we were saying not one person has the objective truth or knows what's truly real?
I don't believe that one person does.
Yeah, so I'm trying to understand, like, why do we even talk about, why are we talking about religion if we're saying that there's no religions that align themselves with the objective truth? What's the special sauce that religion is giving us?
We talk about religion because it's so important in our society, and it's used so many times for what I believe are harmful views. You can't escape talking about religion.
To you?
I think it's to our society as a whole. It's damaging to our society.
But is religion important to you personally?
Not personally, no, it is not.
Oh, okay,
it is not important to me. It is not important because I do not believe that I can go to one religion and find every truth about how I should live my life.
So that's what I'm trying to understand then. Then are you saying that we'd be better off with no religion?
Yes, we would be better off with no religion.
I see what you're saying.
I want to separate out religion from spirituality, though. That doesn't mean a person can't have spirituality about what they do and how they practice. In other words, people can be spiritual and have feelings inside that they're full of love, or they're full of just the overwhelming all that this world creates. That's different from religion. Religion, as I'm defining it, is a codified set of rules that people go by that in many times I find very harmful to this society.
And I'm not saying this is the case, but let's say Christianity happened to be more aligned with what's objectively true, seem to have all the answers or most of the answers. I wonder, is there a way we can find that out? If you're incorrect.
Is there a way we could find out that Christianity...
Let's suppose Christianity did have the objective truth, did know the answers to life's riddles. Is there a way how would we be able to find that out? In other words, saying that what you're telling me is not correct. What you're telling me that, there are no religions that have a handle on the objective truth.
Yes.
But if, let's say Christianity did, how could we find that out?
That's exactly what I'm saying. We can't find that out. How would you find it out? How would you go about finding out that religion or Buddhism or whatever is the absolute truth? It's a fool's errand to say, I can go find out that that's true. That's why I'm giving the latitude here to say there is no one religion. I do not sit here and propose that you could find that out. And for people, to me, who say they know exactly what Christianity is and it contains the whole truth, I doubt that.
If Christianity was true, you're saying it's a fool's errand to figure that out, to find that out. And I'm wondering if there... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, part of the reason is, especially when you're having discussions and you're just digging deeper, not tripping them up, but you're digging a little deeper, it almost invariably will fall to, well, I do it on faith. I just do it on faith.
But what if I told you that, yes, I would be able to believe that Christianity is true and real if a certain bar was met or a level of evidence was met, that I would be more than happy to believe in Christianity.
Well, I would like to first ask you, you're using the word Christianity, but Christianity means a lot of different things
Yeah, I'm just
to a lot of different
like
people.
yeah, I'm just using it as an
There's
example. Like
thousands of
Jesus is a
different.
true God or something.
But
I
that's
think you're
just one
telling me
part
that
of it.
there's under no circumstances would you ever believe that.
Well, there are Christianity. There are aspects of Christianity that deny my very existence.
I understand.
I am transgender. And other people's existence.
Yes.
So people would say, define that as Christianity. To me, that's simply wrong. That's not about the love that I feel religion can provide for us, or the spirituality.
Okay.
So I'm saying, when you say Christianity, you're talking
Well,
about.
I guess, and maybe I misspoke. And maybe what I should be saying is that I think you're telling me is that there's under no circumstances where you would reduce your confidence in your belief.
And my belief that there's no one true. No, there's not. There's not anything.
There's no scenario where you reduce your confidence where there is no true. Because I guess what I'm saying is that, and I know Christianity can be a lot of different things, but couldn't there be a scenario with maybe not that religion or another religion where some amazing evidence comes along? Some God comes out of the sky, and what I'm saying. I could see a situation where I could reduce my confidence in that belief because I think I think, to be honest, I think my belief is aligned with your belief, but I'm trying to think of. But I'd like to think that I'd be able to not have that belief if I shouldn't have that belief, if it's not true.
That's not going to happen. That's a big if. I think we're talking about scenarios that are not going to happen. I mean, I believe there's a God that created all of this, yes, or something. I can believe that, but I think if everybody would have a different thought about what God would say if he came here. So I am not going to tell you that I believe if God came down here, I would say, oh, well, what would I say? Because there's a lot of different religions that believe there's a God, that is a God that's going to come back. But right now, the evidence we have is that's not happened. What we have to deal with is today.
Right.
And what we have to deal with is the knowledge of today. If you look back on the Quran, the Bible, there are so many historical inaccuracies.
Yeah, and I hear you coming from. I'm just trying to more discuss, should we, it's the notion of holding beliefs at 100%.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That when there's nothing that can come around to change someone's confidence level in the belief. Nothing. And maybe there are beliefs like that. And maybe this belief should be like that or is like that. But I guess when I think about it, who would you think? I try to think about it. I think about it in terms of, yeah, I don't believe that there's going to be a God that comes down and announces, "Here I am," and that kind of thing. But I would like to be. I would like to be a bit. I would like to be open to the fact that if it happened, that I'd be able to align my beliefs with what is true and real, because obviously what I was believing wasn't.
If that happens, that doesn't mean that Christianity is correct. It could mean a number of religions are correct.
Not just Christianity. I'm just like,
okay.
I just use that as an example.
But, okay, so if God came down, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Is God going to come down also and say, you know what? You all have done this. You should do this. And just list the rules, the tablets, I guess. Would it answer every question? Would he address everything?
I don't know.
She address everything?
If she did, Would you reduce your confidence?
Perhaps, but to me, that's like saying how many angels can dance on the head of a pin. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, we've discussed this before. I think it's more of the idea that we're living in a time where people hold beliefs, whatever,
Yeah.
so strongly that it breaks down conversation.
I agree. I agree. And that's why, to me, the solution is stop holding your beliefs for one particular part of Christianity or whatever religion so strongly. Think about it. Do not end the argument with, I just have faith. That's the way it is.
But with the same intensity, let's say a Christian holds Christianity is true,
Yes.
they believe Jesus is God. Do you think that person could believe that belief as intensely as you believe that no religion has the absolute truth?
Yes, I think when we're talking about my belief, we kind of are going in a circle. It's my belief that there's no one belief, I guess, and I don't want to get
True.
caught up in that. Whereas many people who have these strict beliefs do believe there's one way, and
Right.
they come on your
belief
podcast
is not. Your
to
belief
say
is
that.
not. You're saying the opposite. You're saying that there's not one way.
Right. A majority of
But
our
I guess I'm asking you is that would you be open to the fact if there happened to be one way? No.
I don't think I could believe that because we're always evolving, we're always changing. And for people to use rules that may have been 2,000 years old just does not apply to today. Does that make sense?
I just presume that if there was one way, not saying there was, but if there happened to be, I would imagine you'd want to know it.
I do, but I don't believe anybody has found one way. And for us to say they have, most people, I feel like their beliefs, especially when I listen to your podcast, were raised in that environment. We have no idea how much of our environment, how much of our nurture is affected by our religion. You talk to these people, they say, yeah, well, my parents taught this, and I know this, and I teach it to my kids. It is such a huge part of what you believe. It's one reason we all grow up, the majority of us, as Christians. And in other countries, it's Islam. It all has to do with your parents and grandparents, and it's so much of it. But it's not necessarily what works for our society.
All right, I'll think about this some.
Okay.
I didn't expect the conversation to go this way. It's interesting. I'll have to look at it and I'll edit it and we'll pick back up where we left off.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is not a long one, but
No,
I saw you.
Always
here.
enjoy talking with you. And
Yay! The other part of the toy.
that's right.
She loves toys.
She loves toys. Okay, I want to catch this on the video. That's okay. So. What colors do you have?
What colors? Is it blue and yellow?
All right.
Red. You have a red? I have a request for the red.
My first third piece. There you go. Now you have a full circle.
Stand up.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
This is wonderful.
I love street epistemology. If you weren't doing this, I might do it.
Well, that's always been open. I've always,
Yes.
I plan to do this more. I think it's a good way to get some conversations down, and then, someone comes along and you want to do the street epistemology, I'm happy to back off and you try it.
Okay, I've often thought of the idea of us going to an event somewhere and we each go and talk to people. I don't know what the event. You go to some events.
Event? Yeah, like what kind of it? I went to a body mind
Yes.
spirit expo.
I've heard some of them.
Yes. That was interesting. We could do stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just an idea.
Yeah, no, but I want to
thank
do
you so
stuff like
much.
that. Yeah, let's think about that.
Yeah.
But think about also doing it here, like you doing it.
Okay.
I can set up the equipment and you can just
do it.
Do it.
Okay, I'd love that.